I hate games that gate difficulty levels. Alright. Problem with gating behind difficulty levels is if it's too easy, it's boring. And you get stuck in this boring cycle. Let's hope it's not long. Cakewalk mode. Alright. 5 minions, 5 basic and ultimate. You need special resource wrath. Weird graphics too. At least they're hotkeyed, that's nice. Physical attack, attacks twice. Physical attack. Where's armor? Neither of them have armor. They have no other effects on them. So these are exactly identical. Okay. Okay, reduce health. Igniting deals instant magic damage to target and true damage at the start of their turn. Stress damage increases insanity. Cursing a target will deal stress damage at the start of his turn. Critical hits by minions destroy enemy sanity. Enemy critical hits will increase it. Okay. Hey, Skex. Morning. So I've got a regular attacker and a stress attacker, which seems entirely useless. Alright. Sanity. Inspiration. Death. Low levels of sanity, an enemy on the outermost position has a chance to flee. Okay. Good morning, Edadiki. So I checked this game out in early access. And, but it had good bones. It was clearly trying to be the next generation of Darkest Dungeon, but it hadn't done a very good job with it at that time. Apparently been a lot of changes to the game. It's been on my list to check out again. So that's what we're doing today, checking it out again.
Ooh, this one voided its bowels just as it died.
So glad I took all of his sanity out, only to kill him normally. Yeah, I thought he was supposed to die. It was just a chance to die if he's out of sanity. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what the deal is, Zam. I just, last 2 nights I've gotten like, I don't know, 4 hours. Maybe a little bit more. Maybe like closer to 6 hours or something. Do I have to loot these or is just, this is the loot? I think this is the loot. Yeah. Yeah, that's not wrong either. Does get dark quite early. Alright. You think when it says I have to beat this on quote-unquote cakewalk difficulty, it means it? Like I have to beat the whole fucking game? Or do you think it just means I have to walk through the tutorial? I really hope it doesn't make me play the entire game on lowest difficulty. I really hope that. Alright. Create any 2 minions. Morning, Kex. Alright, creating minions. After gathering parts of the defeated foes, Iratus can create new minions of his army using parts of uncommon or rare, increase the stat points. Okay. Alright, skeleton, zombie, bride, dark knight, banshee, wraith. I remember banshee being good. No, actually, we have the banshee. Maybe banshee wasn't good. I remember dark knight and bride being good. One of my complaints with this game initially was the units were not equal in terms of there were just some really shit units. Tutorial then normal opens. Thanks, Arnon. Can I create this thing? Wait, where do I see the cost besides doing that? Oh, it shows it in the background. Okay. That's nice. Why does it say +4? Oh, this is their gain at each level if I wanted to take it. It can gain accuracy. Alright. Small nitpicky stuff again. I wish it would stay on the page if I'm trying to compare stats when I move between people. It's really annoying to have it jump away from stats to another page. I'm trying to compare stats. Yeah. So nearly impossible to compare these stats inside the in-game interface. There's 8 stats per character, and it won't show me them next to each other. That seems good. Alright, well, let's do some stuff here. Grab the Reaper. Seems like a healer would be nice. Yeah. You can see the stats of the character portrait below the feature icon. Yes, here. But it doesn't show me stat gain. So if I'm trying to understand what this... I mean, it just gave me a detailed stats menu, Kex, right? With 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. Although this has 12 up, it has 10 up here. Which one is missing? HP, never mind. Yeah. Hey, Nobu.
Always wondered if I should get myself a scythe, or would that be too cliche?
Alright. Start, open the map. Sure. First battle. Alright, some enemies possess unique features that either strengthen or weaken them. Study the features of your minions. So your enemy... Oh, I don't get to change the order of my guys, or maybe I was supposed to do that and didn't. It's bad. Okay. Can I move forward? Let's say move. Physical attack deals 100%. Moves 2. Well, we'll do that then. Alright, no armor, no armor. 1 armor. Oh, it's not who I thought it was. I thought it was this guy. That's what I wanted. Moves forward.
Oh, I didn't think it would be this easy.
I have no idea what the Reaper does yet. I haven't used them yet. All enemies lose 6 attack for the next action. Okay. Alright, I need animation speeds up 1000%. Is there an option for that? Character animation speed. Excellent. Times 5. That's a nice. Alright. Physical attack, deal damage, magic attack. Does damage in a wave. Remove all buffs from the target. Gain spell power. I mean. Okay. Enemy moves, deal damage to it. Who's next? Can I see turn order somewhere? Yeah, it's top. We have 2 more attacks. All right. Oh, we had a block up. Whoops. Wish this was not a stress nuker. Alright, but we get to kill with this guy, which heals everybody. Great. Yeah.
Soon this world will be mine.
Construct and improve buildings, parts, artifacts, brains. Okay. And we level. Good. Equip Iratus within an artifact. Alright, tutorials are great. I'm all for tutorials. Tutorials should be skippable. What do it needs to do here? Create an artifact with the acquired artifact. 1 time.
Ah, fetching.
Do I want to turn off this guy's talk? Character battle speech. Subtitles. Generate initial squad at start. Hide locked minions. Ask when replacing items. Do what we want. Does it? It doesn't delay when he's talking, right? It's just like really trolly conversations. Does it get any deals? QB. I mean. Alright. Let's fix their position. Reading is fucking hard. Only delays if minions are talking. Alright. Anything else we need to do here? Creation. Go to the next fight. Next fight's not a fight. Next fight is Iratus experience or experience for minions. Take Iratus experience. Alright. Can I level Iratus right now? I think I can. Talents here. Can't get into them right now. Must be tutorial locked. Okay. Jesus, please don't make me play all this in the tutorial. Fucking campaign and a half to get up there. Alright, let's go get Digger Souls so we can build up our graveyard. Alright. Traps. Abilities, the effect of which are limited to one specific position. Depending on the specifics of the trap, a character occupying the position can receive negative or positive effects. The trap can be destroyed by certain abilities or overrun by another trap. Okay. Someone trap us? Why did it just suddenly give me a trap interface? Move left, move right. Use scroll. Okay. What do we have? Wards on the back here. Do we know what he does? Left click apparently attacks him with my whatever fucking skill it wants to attack with, apparently. I was hoping to get some information. I was looking for a right click, I guess. Description. Specs. Okay. Well, good start, I guess. Mark a minion. The skeleton. Has a 100% chance to redirect any attack that targets a marked minion to itself. Gain 12 armor and 12 resist. How much damage are they doing? Less than 12. Okay. Is armor subtracting? Whenever a character with armor is dealt physical damage, damage is reduced by the amount of armor the defender has. Yes. Okay. Stress nuke. How much stress do they have? 80, 30, 60, 80. We have 2 stress attackers. Support. Retard the target to full sanity. Give Iratus mana equal to 20% restored sanity. First attack. All enemies lose 6 to the next attack. Any moves. The Banshee deals stress damage. Oh, this is the Banshee. All minions gain plus 14 dread for the next attack. Oh, that's not an AoE stress attack. That is, though. Right. They just canceled my stance. We're gonna stress nuke this guy down. Those 2 down, rather. The 30. 60, 80. I don't know about 80. Guy does something weird, too. Like, I thought he had, like, a guard ability. Which difficulty? You'd like it a little slower? Alright, I can make it a little slower. The difficulty is not something I can change, apparently, until I beat tutorial, so I'm on tutorial right now. Right at 3, see if it's a little bit more palatable. Okay. I like 5 speed. I don't really want to... I mean, I guess I need to do wave damage to break his shield, that's fine. Magic damage deals... Why does it select a target then? Attacks everybody. Okay. Oh, he starts with wards too. I missed the trap. Was the trap relevant to something? I wondered why it brought up trap stuff. Us again? We just used this guy? Stress attack. Go for the stress attack on this guy. The AoEs are probably going to get him. It depends how many talent turns we want that with, I guess. The physical block left. Or the skeleton getting beat up.
I hope there will still be enough left to reanimate.
Alright, one of them heart attack to death, I guess. Gonna have to kill this one, so let's start doing damage there. Gonna be shielded for the first one, unfortunately. I don't really want them running, right?
Brave are an excellent source of fresh corpses.
Do I have a skip? I do not. Minion will be able to act at the next round. End of the round. I guess this is the end of the round. And this is like this game wants you to stall by recharging mana, right? Alright, we'll find out. Oh, skeletons are immune to buffs, right? Why is it us again? There must be a roll in here somewhere for speed. Oh, it wasn't. Maybe it wasn't us again.
Mop up the gore. I'd hate to see plants using it as fertilizer.
Okay. Talents. Winning battles with gives us experience, alchemy, efficiency of your. Okay. These are the trees. What does dread do again? Stress damage. Okay. So, talent-wise, yes, already saw that. Thanks. We have 4 talent points. The amount of Digger's Souls. Better parts. Looks fairly diverse so far. Deal damage to each enemy at positions 1 and 2. Deal physical damage twice to the same target. 13 mana. Alright, I'm just trying to get through the tutorial as soon as possible, so we can get to actual difficulty levels. It's annoying that I have to do this. There's probably some way to edit the files to ignore that, but I don't know how to do that. I have more than one, I guess. Is it going to make me play this entire first map chat, or is it going to make me play the entire campaign on tutorial? Because this is a lot of time. Yeah, that's why I picked up Hail of Teeth, so just after the first boss. So it's gonna make me play this whole fucking thing then. Okay. So we should invest a little bit, I guess. I don't know what distillation is.
Through transformation, the will becomes free. $30 souls, another battle. $55.45. 8 to 12 damage. Beginning of next turn, we'll deal a bunch of physical damage to a random target. What if that counts as a buff? Also interrupts stances. I think it's a stance. How fast is he? The tutorial from seems sort enough. Anyone else has a problem? The game save is a structured text file. Set max finish difficulty to 1. All right. I think I probably want to do that. A lot of abilities to choose from here. So this guy, I thought we messed this guy. Oh wait, there's another Sinister Strike coming up.
Skeleton doing guarding. Do we have any damage on this? Nope.
One into furniture.
Harvest healing. We'll finish this fight and see, I guess. Armor again. Mist is going down here. Oh, he's gonna go next apparently. Boo. Alright. Alright, 3 speed seems about the sweet spot. Where is the actual file, Zeldist? Yeah, I mean, I have a, you guys, so I guess I should put out a couple things here. So, see if I can find it real quick for you guys. So, you guys can see my initial thoughts on Iratus. Made a video about it when we did it about a year ago. Cool system, which is here. When you create a minion, you actually create it. We could, do you guys want to watch it? You guys want to watch the video together? What I thought of it a year ago and see how it's changed? That might be a good way to do this, because I don't remember exactly what I thought about it. I remember my rough impressions, but I don't remember the specific details. All right. See if I can set that up in a reasonable way. I'm wearing the same this way. Awesome. Nice. Wearing the same shirt. Alright, where is the browser?
A renewal. Welcome back.
Browser. I guess I could download it and then do it that way. Do it without the YouTube interface. Do that real quick. Alright. I don't think that would take long. Give me a second. Next death wins. And on right now. There we go. All right, let me go take a look at the file. The file is in generate save file. Okay, you need to start a game with a tutorial for generate save files and edit global save in apps data local low. Local low. What the fuck is that? File app data. Thanks. Unclear to me why they would ever lock things behind a tutorial. Yeah. All right, and the file itself was maxed finish difficulty. There's the global save. I wonder if it's in that. 2 global saves here. Open it with Notepad already. Let's go. Try to open it with that. Open with. Where is Notepad Plus? Is it just not immediately as an option here? I think so far. Yeah. I'll show you in a second. Okay, so we're gonna watch what I think so far, or what I think up until now. And if I can find where the fuck it put it. Not where I wanted it, apparently. Alright, chat, sorry, 2 seconds. I didn't realize it was gonna make me do this, so I gotta find where I put this stuff. Alright. Of course, by rushing it, I make it like twice as slow. There it is. Okay, so that needs to go here. And then once it's there, yeah. This. At Iratus, Lord of the Dead. Lord of the Dead is a... Alright. Let's look at this together. Though I can't hear this when I do this, seriously? Oh no. No! That handsome bastard. That sweet sweatshirt. How can I hear this? Yes. Alright, we're gonna queue it up together and get started on this now. Is that the same shirt? Yeah, Nobu. You didn't hear me mention that already? I already mentioned that. Roguelike dungeon crawler in a very similar vein to Darkest Dungeon. A lot of my viewers have suggested I check it out, and I have about 20 hours in the game. A fair chunk of that streamed if you're interested in checking out that content on Twitch. But let me talk a little bit about the game. First off, this is pre-release, so there's potentially a fair amount of this that can change before it is released, and I really hope they do, because I think the basis, the chassis of this game, like the components that are there can be super cool. It could be a super good game if those are put together a little bit better. But I have some serious reservations about this game, and as we kind of talk through it, I think you'll see why. So very similar to Darkest Dungeon, you have a dungeon. This time there's five layers of dungeon at the moment, only 3 of which are accessible, of which you will move through. At the end of each layer there is a boss, and then you move on to the next layer. You are bringing parties of 4. They fight in a similar format to Darkest Dungeon, where they line up 4 to a side. You have 4 on your side, opponents have 4 on their side, and you have abilities that are restricted where they can attack. Like, for example, this ability can only be used in position 1 or 2 and can only attack the opposing position 1 or 2. So the location, the order of your guys matter, and then there's various abilities that impact the positioning of your guys and impact the positioning of their guys. Although you don't get items in this game, in the sense of you can't bring trinkets to your characters can have permanent attachments that change some of their stats, as well as the base components that create your characters. So I'll get into this a little bit more, but there's some pretty cool customization. So let me talk about some things I really like that Iratus did very, very well, and I hope to see them improve on and flesh out as the game reaches full release. They've added a bunch of stuff. So there is a town layer, just like there is in Darkest Dungeon, with a number of different buildings that do various things, from giving you more mana per round to giving your main character more experience. Iratus has added a extra layer in combat where as you're playing Iratus, Lord of the Dead, your minions are off fighting, but as your minions are fighting, which you're controlling of course, you have the ability to impact that directly by using spells and Wrath. Wrath is essentially an ultimate ability that is shared across your team, and spells are exactly what they sound like. You have a mana pool which is available in combat that you can replenish through various abilities that allows you to directly impact the battlefield as a spellcaster, as Iratus, as a lich, and that allows you to do things like cast hostile spells that damage the opponent, or spells that move your minions around or buff your minions, or this type of thing. That's super cool. I like the added element of another layer of tactical.
I need to like add another copy of me right here.
Layer. I also like the fact that these are customizable. So Iratus has a talent tree. The talent tree at the moment has 4 kind of tree elements to it, each with some prerequisites to do different things. For example, in some games you can have a damage-based casting spec, or you could have a buff-based casting spec, or you can have stuff that focuses on resource accumulation and therefore upgrading of your minions. That's a super cool thing that's totally different than Darkest Dungeon, an extra layer for that. With that, Iratus himself can have artifacts equipped to him. These generally have abilities that impact some of the things we were just talking about. For example, some of these are spell damage, some of these affect the opponent's abilities to run away, or if the opponent units die, what you get from them. That's a pretty cool addition as well. I really like the customization of Iratus. That said, I'm not sure that's being done as well as it can be done right now. I'm 20 hours into this game, and I already feel like my items are basically totally locked into whatever I'm trying to do, which is kind of a nice synergy, but it doesn't feel flexible. It feels like, okay, well, this game, basically what I'm trying to do in this particular one is I was trying to do resource accumulation, where I want to get body parts from the enemies when they die. Getting their body parts allows to upgrade my minions to some degree, so I'm focused very exclusively on that. Okay, I mean, it's kind of nice that I have some options, but the options didn't feel very impactful. Most of the time when I pick up additional equipment, the additional equipment just sits there. I can't sell it, I can't utilize it for any resources, and it's not as good as the equipment I have, so it just sits there dead for the bulk of the game. Now there are some things that are a little bit more interesting. There's consumables that you can use, although I haven't seen too many of those, where you have the ability to be temporarily a little bit more powerful, and then it's a one-time use item. Those are pretty cool. I like that as an idea overall. That was kind of cool, but I'm worried it's not fleshed out very well. And some of the things I do in this game seem to be bells and whistles without actual strategic impact. Let me try to give you some examples of that. This building here gives me this resource, Souls of Architects, is used to build other buildings. It seems like a resource that you would want in the early game. If you invest in the early game, you get your buildings up faster. By getting your buildings up faster, you get bonuses that apply to your combat faster. You get more mana or more wrath or whatever it happens to be. The actual impact I found of this was you can barely keep up with the crafting in terms of the number of body parts you need to create minions to staff your buildings, that having additional Soul of Architect resources would be pointless. And there's a number of things that are kind of like that in this game, where it seems like initially there's 12 options, but in reality the 12 options are all, it's pretty clear which option is the best option and when you get to do that, in which case it's not really much of an option at all. It's just something that you're doing in that moment. I didn't really like that element of it. See if I can give another example of that. So your minions can be upgraded. There's 4 tiers of body part, essentially. When you create a minion, which by the way is a super cool system, when you create a minion, you actually create it. You fill in the body parts and then craft that minion. And the minion comes in with the bonuses applied by the body parts you've given, and each minion takes different body parts, for example, to do that, which is a pretty cool idea. So there's a couple issues with this. This game that I'm playing here, where I'm 3/5 of the way through, or actually realistically 2/5 of the way through, and in the pre-release 2/3 of the way through the game, with a character that is exceptionally focused on body part collection. In other words, double bonused on items, and then I think triple bonused in talents for body part collection, where I have all of the things that make body part collection possible. In that scenario, using a team that hasn't died very much, so I haven't wasted a lot of body parts, and I'm only using one team, more on that in a minute, where basically it's just one team I bring again and again and again and again, I can barely afford to upgrade their body parts to the max level. And the body part thing is the body part creation tool is essentially random. And so there's a lot of bonuses that don't help the characters I'm doing. So let's say I wanted to upgrade this. This is a green, so it goes gray, green, blue, purple, and it's 2 grays to make a green, 2 greens to make a blue, 2 blues to make a purple. And these bonuses are literally random. So to get bonuses that I actually want on my character, of course, more stats of any type is useful. But to like focus my character, let's say I wanted to make this a HP tank, where I wanted to bring his HP up as high as I possibly can. Well, I can't control that. Even in a game where my whole focus is on accumulating body parts so I can make this, it's still totally random. And the amount of resources that drop versus the amount that you use to upgrade, it's not all that often that I can attempt to upgrade that. And if I were running slightly deeper rosters, it'd be particularly difficult to do. Which brings me to my next complaint. The rosters are almost useless. So unless I am using guys up, there doesn't seem to be a lot of reason to have multiple teams. The fights that I'm going into, except for the boss fights, are totally random. I don't know what units I'm going to encounter, except based on, I'll encounter dwarves in the dwarf tunnels, I'll encounter mercenaries in the mercenary barracks, but I don't know which mercenaries I'm going to encounter. So there is a stress mechanic in this game. You can attack people's sanity and potentially wipe them out that way, or you can attack their health. And some characters are better at that, attacking sanity versus attacking health. But in my experience with the game so far, and 20 hours in isn't a super lot of experience, but it's a fair chunk of it. Some characters just seem immensely better than other characters. So when I go to character creation, for example, I find almost no reason to use something like the Blood Phantasm. She just seems massively weaker than the other options available to me. Some of this is early game stuff. Not all characters start unlocked, and you do have to do certain things to unlock the characters, but that's across playthroughs, not within one playthrough. So once you've unlocked characters, the next time you start another playthrough, all those characters remain unlocked, which means that ideally what these characters are supposed to be are equal in balance but different to allow for different play strategies. But I haven't found them to be balanced enough to do that. Some just seem massively better than others. And then the game does not seem to reward you for actually having multiple groups of people leveling. I'm at max level for these characters here. 7 is the max level. But I don't have a reason to go past that. There's no reason to either stop bringing them. They're still my best people around, and I don't seem to need to have 2 or 3 active teams. What I seem to need to have is 1 active team with basically a couple replacements that are when they get wounded enough that I have to heal them. I like the idea of character diversity, but then don't like a system that doesn't actually reward me for bringing character diversity. That kind of sucks. There are, what is this? This is 6, 5, and 5, so we're looking at 16 different characters, which is super cool. These all have different abilities. They have, I think it's 7 abilities each, 6 abilities each. Some have 7, depends on the class. The level ups on the individual characters I like the fact that the minions level independently of each other and also level independently of class, and then that you can upgrade their body parts for strength, give them essentially attachments, and then there is some diversity in how you level them. Like this will be the core ability. All characters start with all their abilities unlocked, and having when this character levels up, you can spec one of these abilities, and specking to the left versus the right is it takes that option. You can't spec left and right, and it changes the ability. So this might be a stress-based ability, and this changes it in some way that either makes it better at some way or more specialized, or sometimes changes the ability up. I like that. What I don't like is the secondary bonus. So when you assign a ability change, it also gives you a stat boost. The problem with that is that some stat boosts are better than others for the character, and those don't often correspond with how the ability specializes. So you might want to have a specialized stress nuker, but you need HP on that stress nuker to keep that alive, and the HP boost is opposite the stress boost, so you have to choose between those. And I don't mind hard choices, but I like to build synergetic characters. That's kind of the fun of leveling up a character and adding attachments and specializing them, is they become better at a role. And I'm not sure why stats need to be made locked to changing abilities. Why do we not use this the basic model for leveling up that we use across so many other games, where stats level up and abilities level up, and you get to choose kind of how those interact. So I could add health to this character while still adding like this effect as opposed to that effect. So that's a little bit frustrating for me. All right. The point I was trying to make with that is there's a lot of customization options in this game, and they often don't seem to matter to me. And that kind of sucks, because you take the time and effort and investment in figuring out how these systems work. You have the joy of building specialized characters, and then what you find out is mostly your specializations don't change the way the fights play out. The fights become rather repetitive rather quickly, and because of the randomness of what you're encountering, it's not easy to specialize against what you're encountering. So you end up bringing these generic strategies that work across multiple different types of opponents that get you there, but it's not as fun as having these hyper specialized things that are suggested to you that are possible to do in the game. That said, I think these are pretty adjustable complaints. The systems are in place in the game to make a highly customizable, highly replayable, totally different experience. If character classes are a little bit better balanced, well, there's reasons to bring other character classes. If there's a reason to have multiple rotating teams, then there's a reason to level multiple characters. If the if the quantity of resources is adjusted in terms of how much and how often they drop, and the crafting system is tweaked a little bit to give you better control over the stats that come out of them, well, suddenly you have a very cool system where you're running different levels of body parts to give your minions the best buffs relative to what they're doing. It's just none of these systems are super well implemented as the game stands now. And I hope that it's, early access, that this can be changed. Well, different types of fights. Unlike Darkest Dungeon, you don't do a whole dungeon and then come back to the strategic layer. What you do is you do a single fight, then come back to the strategic layer. Not all these locations are fights. Like this one's, for example, you sacrifice a minion for resources. This gives you mana. This gives Iratus experience or something like that. But in general, the actual dungeon element of this has felt a little bit repetitive to me, which is too bad. There's a fair diversity of enemies, but not being able to understand going into it what I'm going to be fighting. Like in Darkest Dungeon, for example, you had 4 different areas you were going to, and when you went to an area, you had a rough idea of the types of things you're going to be fighting, the resistances they had, the weaknesses they had, and there was some incentive to bring different classes, and there doesn't seem to be that right now in this game. All right. Finally, the kind of Darkest Dungeon had a lovely, very dark definitely Lovecraftian kind of feel to it, with the lore that goes along with that. Iratus Lord of the Dead has gone with a more campy take on it. You're playing the bad guys, but the narrator makes kind of bad punny style campy jokes throughout the time. And it just, for me, it was the opposite of immersive with the atmosphere. So the atmosphere looks good, game looks good, looks pretty. I like the wealth of options, but the atmosphere has been a little bit of a detractor for me for that overall. So, quick recap. Lots of things to do in this game, lots of bells and whistles to tweak in between, lots of different choices you make, but the problem to me at the moment seems to be essentially most of your choices aren't relevant. There seems to be a fairly best path from my perspective at the moment, and that a lot of the times it just doesn't matter what you're doing. The resources or the way it's set up push you in one direction, regardless of whether or not you would like to go in another direction, and that to me is a little bit frustrating, especially with the potential of this. There's all sorts of things you could be doing with a game with this many systems interacting that would make the game better, and they're not being done at the moment. So I have enjoyed it. I've enjoyed the 20 hours of it, but even after 20 hours, which really isn't very much for a game like this, I'm feeling that it's getting a little repetitive. I'm feeling unincentivized to do this. I hit my max level on a bulk of a number of my primary best classes, and I'm having some reason of struggle, internal struggle with why I would want to bother bringing other classes along, why I would want to bother changing it up. Even with the way that the system works, I don't have enough resources to make all of my people purple body parts, and that means these people have a fairly significant stat advantage to those people. So another incentive not to bring a new team, because I don't have the resources to bring a new team up to the same power level of my existing team, and no reason to. My existing team isn't dying, and they're able to make progress against the enemies I'm fighting, which for me is kind of frustrating that there's no reason to do that. Anyways, guys, I'm not sure if this was helpful for you guys or not. I really like doing this type of video, breaking down an early game. I don't want to be too negative about it because, again, it's in early access, and I think there's quite a lot of things that can be done.
All right. Okay, so that's what I thought of it a year ago. All right, I've done the edit on this. Let's see what I think about it now. Change outfit, took sweater off. It's fucking hot as shit in this this office. All right. So things I didn't like about it. I'm trying to think, it's just trying to give you contrast, Nobu, so you know when the pre-recorded content ended and the recorded content and then the new content begins. So the goal today is to revisit Iratus, ideally experiencing the new content and the improved content and getting some evaluation of whether or not the game any good. I just went in and edited the file. I don't know why this isn't unlocked to begin with. What should I start on? I would like a challenging set of gameplay, but maybe I haven't played in a year and only played 20 hours to begin with. Should I 3 or 4? It always wins? Okay. Hardest is fine. So here are my concerns going into it. From last time. And I was reading your comments in chat as we were watching that video. My biggest concerns are it's going to be repetitive and that there's going to be a shit ton of bells and whistles that don't do anything impactful in terms of strategy. Those are my 2 biggest concerns. Particularly repetitive with terms of single hero group or single monster group rather, that you bring all the way through with non-meaningful decisions with that. Those are my biggest fears coming into this. We'll see what happens from that. It's interesting looking back at the various editors. I think that was 3 editors ago. I liked that editor just fine, but needed to use spell check a bit more. All right. So immediately, some of the things are not going to change. The graphic styles, whatever. It looks visually pretty back here in the graveyard, but it looks not pretty on the combat screens. I think I saw things like, I think I saw that they added what enemies we're going to be facing, which is a nice preview, is one of my complaints going into it, what we're going to be seeing, although that looks like hidden enemies. Maybe we know more as we get closer. We'll see if stress attacks are actually viable. We'll see if there's reasons to use more than one group. The one group thing is a huge fucking knock because the game has this many characters, which is what, 3x8 now? 3x7. So there's 21 different character classes in here. And you can have 16 guys in your roster. If I really only need 7 people on my roster, that's kind of a pain. Actually more too, once you staff graveyard buildings, right? So, we'll see. Once you're next to them, you see the entire enemy comp. Good enough. Okay, so I mean, it looks like they read some of it or listened. Actually, one of my viewers yesterday pointed out to me that they actually watched and responded to this video somewhere, or responded to this video being a criticism of that. And apparently it made some of the changes. You guys are saying like, oh, they made that change. No, they haven't, which is kind of cool. But let's see. Yeah, on the Steam forum, exactly. Where is my actual thing? I'm gonna go back to where I was. Escape, apparently. Okay. You can do it with 1 or 2 comps, but the comps can vary wildly. By Eternal Harvest is the normal difficulty to force player to adapt the comp, pay attention to what the enemies do. Maybe we play on that difficulty then. I don't mind. It's just I don't want to end up restarting much times today, particularly, but maybe we will. Right. Oh, I can't do that.
Yes, again. Okay. And they went with this atmosphere. They wanted to go campy. Campy's not my taste, but whatever. Yeah. Do that first. I want to unlock all the minions. Chat, you're killing me right now. All right, we'll do one on the 3rd hardest difficulty and play for a bit then, and then maybe we'll unlock minions from that or something. I'll hate it if it's if I don't know everything. Okay, then we'll do this for now. All right, I don't know what flasks do, but I have 3 of them. Start with 1 talent point. Start with a bride, a skeleton, a zombie, and a dark knight. How am I on resources? Pretty fair chunk of resources to start with. I see the Darkest Dungeon 2 new trailer. I have not. Alright. I remember brides being good early and falling off pretty hard. I remember Dark Knights being fairly solid. But, you know, this is a year ago. I don't know what a Black Widow is. I like the backstory here. Why do we only reanimate human bodies? Would a lion or wolf not be more destructive? These were questions Iratus would often hear back in the day when he still took on apprentices. He had to stop the practice after accidentally killing his 4th or 5th inquisitive student. After all, the answer is fairly obvious. Animals are unable to contain a curse, the most basic component for reanimation. There will only be a single exception, the curse of malice. While still needing a human base, ideally a wife who has killed her husband, it can spread to animate animal parts as if they were part of the original body. And for Iratus, that works perfectly. Considering the circumstance he is in, he has access to plenty of giant spider nests and tunnels and a healthy supply of female inmates. The moniker Black Widow became naturally for his wretched minions. Okay. We've got giant spider. Unfrozen. Reaper. Reaper seemed really, I mean, just from the fucking, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. The healing ability of this seemed really stupid to me. I don't like zombies. Zombies seem entirely... I guess I need to bring some different people to see their abilities. But I remember rapidly finding out that a shit ton of the classes were useless, and a couple of the classes were incredibly overpowered. So I want to test that hypothesis today by kind of working through playing a number of different classes if we can. So maybe we start off by creating things like abominations and reapers and the rest of it. All right, let's try an unfrozen.
If only they weren't so difficult to motivate.
Let's try. We have a Dark Knight. We have basically the. Why is there 6 up here? I feel like I have all these. I don't have a Banshee yet, I guess. I don't have a Banshee or a Wraith. I remember Wraiths being nearly entirely garbage. Do we want to try a Black Widow? Yes, we want to try a giant fucking spider hybrid. That looks super shit fucking cool. Can I craft that and the Reaper? Probably. Got a fair chunk of resources to start with. Yeah.
Weaving a web of death for my enemies has just gotten a whole lot more literal.
Now, there's going to be some downsides to doing this, right? Like, presumably, we don't need to craft a bunch of level 1 minions, but we'll see. Alright, craft all the new stuff. Let's take a look at the new enemies, or the new guys when we can. What do we want? I think we're going to be doing a lot of crafting. Feels like body parts are going to be something we want to do here. Bigger souls are building upgrades. I guess to receive uncommon or better parts seems relevant. Depends how hard the initial fights are, honestly. If the initial fights are quite hard, then we want things like tools, like spells. Well, let's invest in resources. Alright. Minions restore more vigor when... I don't know what this is. Distillation. Or 100% more vigor when using distillation. More mana using calcination. Vigor souls into artifacts, into brains, into... Alright, let's grab uncommon or better parts plus. Let's do Digger Souls plus 2. These tiers have requirements. The amount.
The formulae reveal their secrets.
Alright, do we start with items? I feel like we used to start with items. Maybe an item. I thought I used to get to choose starting items. Maybe they've removed that? Looks like they've removed that. Okay. I don't think that's bad. I remember the items being really restrictive to how your gameplay started. Okay. We build shit. We have 20 digger souls. It's 25 to build a library upgrade. Each minion studying ancient books gives Iratus 20 experience and 8% of experience at the current level. So that's experience to our cast, to our hero. More digger souls. Body parts. Wrath per battle. Health restoring on minions. Mana per battle. I don't remember the difference between Wrath and Mana right now. I think Wrath is an ultimate ability, but I don't remember exactly what they do or how to see it. Alright, so we don't care. Let's go do our first mission. Alright, first mission is a battle with 2 scrubs and another scrub. Do I want to read what these units do to try to build a team that would actually fight this? Probably. Do I have to have my team committed before I do this, chat? Like, if I left click on that, is it going to pull team 1 or will it give me a selection once I left click on it? Alright. Select team and then click it. Let's see. How do I select team? I know these blocks are teams. Okay, so let's look at what these things do. Frontline magic attack that attacks from the front line. So attack front from front. Attack anywhere from back, ignore block. Attack anywhere from back 3. Magic, move them 1. Vones them. Target trap on the player's side. Freeze target minion. Okay. So this is a support back ranker, looks like. So we want this person towards the back of the line, 4th or 3rd maybe. Mostly physical. I didn't see any stress attack in here. Although I did see some buffs and debuffs. Alright, what is the Black Widow? Random attacker. Can't imagine that's good. So from any position to a random position, physical damage. From front position to front positions, target loses armor and resistance. Deals magic damage. It's damage though, not stress. From front 2 positions, moves a target 2 forward. Debuffs the target's damage and ignores wards. Magic, it's physical. From front 3, go 80% damage, removes luck and evasion. Retreat into a spider's web cocoon until the next turn. After each minion or enemy action, the Widow recovers 4% vigor. Provide a 100% chance to redirect any attack that targeting a minion position directly behind the Widow. She becomes a new target. Okay. Oh, check the features as well. Thanks, Kex. In Spider's Web, cast a debuff on all enemies for 2 turns, preventing movement. Abilities apply a spider venom effect on the ability until end of turn. Every turn, the target loses 4%. Boss 1% for bosses, vigor, insanity. Power of the venom can be increased. What is the Unfrozen's passive? Initiative of the Unfrozen is higher than that of the target. Deal additional 5% damage for each point of difference. Okay. So she seemed like kind of a... My take on this is she's a bad physical damage dealer. She's got a bunch of debuff abilities that are probably not relevant. But maybe relevant. We'll see. Alright, let's take a look at the Reaper. Reaper does... HP restore to the team when he kills stuff. Single target physical attacker. AoE magic. Back rank. What does this do? Ignition. Ignite the target for 3 turns, dealing magic physical damage. Dealing HP damage through magic HP damage. And curses them, dealing stress damage. Seems counterintuitive. Maybe the burn is something. Maybe ignition helps with identity later. Probably people don't like being on fire. Interrupt stances, removes buffs from the target. Charges our mana. This is the ult. 1% vigor and sanity. The target's missing. Inflict physical damage. Max physical damage is 800%. Okay. I wonder if the Reaper is going to step entirely on the toes of the Dark Knight. I remember the Dark Knight being a damage dealer who could heal. Can you not heal anymore? Oh, the heal was on the ult. Okay. What is the oh, we already looked at the Reaper, Black Widow, Unfrozen. What's the Abomination do? Oh, I should look at the Reaper's ability is the heal. Feature. After each action, invoke a feeling of terror, dealing stress damage to all enemies. As a physical attack, doing light damage. Well, I guess actually it does slightly more than full damage because it attacks 3 times, but it's going to be triple penalized by armor. Although presumably it could triple deal with wards. Let's attack till end of turn combat. I can't get warm or cold in this room. Really annoying. Enemies on this chosen position and the next position in the line switch random positions. Eliminate all enemies, inspire all allies. Enemies lose initiative, evasion, and accuracy. Mark an ally, redirect 100% of all target attacks from the arc marked target abomination. Break and swallow. Abomination doesn't actually seem to do very much at all. Physical attack to the first 2 positions only. We'll look at the upgrades when we get there. I'm just trying to figure out the basic abilities. I don't want to memorize like 30 characters right now before I start playing. I just want to have an idea of what my units do before the first fight. Instantly destroy an enemy that has less than 20% sanity remaining after receiving damage from this ability. Abomination receives a buff restoring 10% vigor until the end of combat. That's pretty nice. Alright, so we probably need to split this up just a little bit. Zombie is a damage dealer, right? Maybe we pull the Widow. Like that, maybe. Okay. Alright, let's just see these things in action so we get some actual sense of what the fuck is going on. Oops, don't want to be here. Let's go back. Go to the map. Do our first fight. We'll choose Squad 2. It's such a weird art style. Like, it's the units are almost too big for how zoomed in you are, but they look good. This looks like an abomination. This looks like a white. This looks like a very muscular zombie. Looks good. Alright. So what do we have first? Our enemies are tons of sanity, not all that much HP. Do I know what they do? I guess I have to learn what they do through watching them. Reaper looks out of place? Why? Reaper looks fine. He just looks like he's on a horse. The horse looks a little bit small. I mean, to be fair, it's made of bones, so there's not a lot of meat on that horse. Alright, so we want to kill them physically. Can I do that with this group? Presumably. Yep. And I want to last hit with the Reaper as much as possible. Alright. I will turn that back up later, but let's move it just down to 2 for now, just so I make sure I'm not missing anything. Alright. Did they move me or did I get moved from my attack? That does move me forward. Alright. No reason to swap them around yet. Can mark an ally for defense purposes. They've already attacked us once. They're going to keep attacking us here. All enemies lose initiative, evasion, and accuracy. They don't have any evasion. I'm not sure. They do have initiative, but I'm not sure it really matters. And what's the accuracy at? They're only in the 80s for accuracy. So maybe we do that, or maybe we just try to buff up. I wish I knew if they were restricted to where they could attack. I wonder if I get that information later. Alright, we'll guard the dude. Wait. His crit knocked me back, canceling my guard action. Alright, we're never using guard again. Good to know. This is the zombie. Start of this next turn, the zombie attacks 4 times. Yeah. Alright. Us again. It'd be pretty AoE focused right now. I can move them back, huh?
Strength through pain.
How was pain involved with that move? Move left is just painful inherently. Okay. Alright, so last time, break and swallow. Oh, the ults, they start with your ult, I guess. Instantly destroy an enemy has less than 20% sanity. I guess some sanity attacks with the abomination would make some sense. They're not doing anything though. We're just gonna keep bombarding with the zombie. Kicking the shit out of our guy here. What is this ability? I'm stunned. It's unfortunate. Can I remove stun? Or target trap? Is that a trap? I don't think so. Freezes target minion. Heals 100%. Does this have a cooldown? Yeah, it costs Wrath. That's right. Okay, so the ults are only activatable if I have Wrath. I'm at full Wrath. Deal 100% magic damage to the enemies in the chosen position in the next position in line. 20 to 26. They're at like 50 health. We could kill these. We could kill that one, but I don't actually want to kill that one. I want this guy killing it. Damage target receives more damage from all sources. Or target trap. Cold Embrace. Do I skip my turn on Cold Embrace? Taking damage removes the freeze. Pretty sure my turn got skipped from the freeze. Alright. Zombie's turn. Can I use this to attack position 3? I cannot. So this guy is currently out of the location that we want to get him from. Kind of annoying. Alright, 20 to 28. Guy's at 22 health.
Death delivered.
Alright, there's our heal from that. No missing sanity, so this doesn't do anything. Can reduce their initiative for next round. How close is it? Round ends here, right? Is initiative re-roll? I kind of want to see what it does to the turn order if I just do that. Why am I stunned again? Annoying. But that guy hasn't acted yet. Can we kill that one? Yes. Alright, we want to heal here, I guess. Do crits always stun? Or just by that unit? Okay, so we attacked the frozen target that did nothing. We can freeze the target again. Store more vigor. And we can kill with this guy to heal.
My will is a tide that will wash away your pathetic civilizations.
Alright. Round 1. They're almost level 2, but not level 2 yet. The green part, that's true. Alright. Do I have anything resembling the ability to interact here? I do. Giving Iratus experience early seems good. Maybe generating more souls is good. It depends how they actually show up now. One of our complaints prior to this was you got too many souls relative to the number of people you could create. Wrath would be nice. Mana would be nice. Random parts seem later. Mortuary. We already have this, so we can already heal. Just level 1. Experience gain at the arena. Alright, I don't know which of these is going to be better. I'm going to go for experience on the hero. Build that. Wait. Building requirements. Oh, I have to sacrifice a Dark Knight to do this. Can I build another Dark Knight? I forgot about that. Yeah. And you have to edit a file to do that, DMG. Alright, can I create another Dark Knight? Yeah. Alright, we're gonna craft the Dark Knight.
Inspiring leader.
Can I rename minions yet?
Relevant for the armies of undead.
Yes, I can. Okay. Digger souls are useful now? Good. That was a complaint I had. Alright. Requires a Wraith. I don't know if I can build a Wraith. Can I only upgrade 1? Well, we'll try it. We'll pretend that Digger souls are useful now. Yeah, build a Wraith. Never mind. Rip. Yeah. We'll instead build this.
How unfortunate that I need to rely on mortal knowledge to recover my power.
Oh, he's not dead. He's just now...
Into trying to quell hunger with breadcrumbs.
Is he permanently a part of this now, or can I still remove him? So he is like... He is the library minion. Chief Librarian Death Knight working over here. Okay. Cool. Alright, do we want an artifact? Seems relevant. Random consumables. I'm not sure I want to sacrifice quite yet. And there's Digger Souls up there. I like the idea of experience later, but... let's go get free minions and artifacts and shit like that. Alright, so I still have to randomly select a squad to go to an artifact. Kind of weird. I don't really know what that means. I guess that means I can heal these guys. Alright, chat, 2 questions here. 1, can I get fights at these locations, or are these locations what they say they are? And 2, does it count as a turn on the strategic layer? So if I throw these people in the healing, do they heal as I go to this event? Turn no. Okay. All right. Select a boon. Glass Dagger. All minions gain accuracy and damage until they're hit. The first 2 turns, minions receive less incoming damage. Is kind of nice. Minions gain 6 armor until the battle ends and have a 12% chance to miss their turn. Fuck that. All right, I'll take light armor.
Ah, I can use this.
So is that an item or just... I keep trying to click on him and I keep getting baited by that. Creation, what is this? Alchemy, potions, talents. Where's my actual items again? Creation, artifacts. Ah, it's an item. Wait, this is not a hat. Oh, that's armor. Okay.
Ah, fetching.
All right. But I hate randomness, right? So like I want all my guys to behave in predictable ways so I can make the best decisions. And 12% of the time, not getting a turn is rarely that. All right, we're gonna bring the squad again because I want to get to level 2. I wasn't super impressed with this squad, but pretty early days, right? The problem was mostly that I don't seem to have any damage dealers with these 2 both being here. I spent a lot of time trying to be like, well, I'm gonna heal this way. So we'll see what we do this time to make it a little bit different. It's not, that's just me problems right now as opposed to game problems. Okay. 3 of these rogue conscript guys. We just need to do some damage, I think. Start AoEing. They don't have spell shields, so a wave doing 50% damage is twice as much as this one. So, oh, not twice as much, 50%, there's only 3. Okay. Alright, what does this do? Thought I had an ability. Why can I not use... Oh, battle thumping does not allow me to do it from position 1. We need to swap positions around a little bit. Okay. Happy to bombard. Oh shit. Well, now this guy is gonna... When does he go? Second. We have another ability to disrupt that, but he might have a disruption here. Do we have anything that moves? Target receives extra damage. I doubt I can kill it outright. Freeze target minion. Ignores block. Remove its initiative, I guess. Okay. Hey, Ape's Room. I have heard about that. I'm not sure that's a thing, though. I haven't really looked into it, to be honest. Moving enemies disrupt stance. Yep. Alright. This thing will go off on its turn unless I do something about it, so we're gonna do that. Right. Did he do anything? You guys see damage numbers come out of that? Oh. So we're gonna kill that. And I guess we're setting up damage here. So what is this? Ice Spear for 85% damage. Magic Wave for 2 of them. Call of Winter. Call of Winter does move them. I could have done that last turn and that would have been better. It receives 30% more damage from all sources for 2 turns. Seems just fine. Let's go ahead and kill that and heal.
So, this is what 1,000 years of evolution looks
That
like.
definitely
Pathetic.
pauses my combat. Yeah. We're done with that. All right. What's going on here? We have wrath abilities available, although they have no sanity damage, so it doesn't do anything. Too bad. It'd be a nice healing buff. This guy needs to be almost in a group with some sanity damage, huh? Maybe not a physical damage dealing group for him. Alright. Volley bombardment is blah blah blah. Attacks 4 times, dealing 60% damage. Okay. We're going next for healing. I don't want to skip my turn. Probably want to set up. This is a damage debuff, right? Call of Winter, yeah. We want to Call of Winter this guy. We want to kill that guy and heal.
This never gets old.
Does Wrath accumulate each fight, or do I start with the Wrath I've finished with? Each fight. Instantly, okay, stress attack deals stress damage. Instantly destroys an enemy that has less than 20% sanity remaining after receiving the damage from this ability. That won't be that, but I can still get the healing buff, right? No. Did not give me the healing buff. Alright, I can either let him have an action, which presumably he does more damage than I heal for. He does 14 to 18, we heal 10% for everybody. What's the HP on this guy? 100? Actually really close. Depends who he attacks. If he attacks anyone but this knight, it's valuable for us to wait. Can I wait? Yeah, I can bombard or more powder or something. Fine. Can this person wait? Yeah, I can freeze the abomination. Yeah.
You know, if this keeps up, I'll be done purging the world ahead of schedule.
Alright. Fight's pretty easy so far. Where's the graveyard event? I don't know what that resource is either. I mean, you're doing stuff for me? Where do I see that again? Creation, artifacts, creation, talents. Oh, that's just experience? Okay. Alright, our people are level 2 now. See what this actually means for us. Hey, look at this. Our first recommendation was to take stats and uncouple them from abilities. Doesn't look like they've done that entirely. It looks like there's still stats on abilities, but we also get stats that we choose here. Okay. Nice. Alright, I'm cold again, chat. I'm gonna put my sweatshirt back on. Right back. All right, so what's next? Level ups. What can the abomination get? Can I level any of these? Can I level any of them? Ah, they gain 1 skill point every 3rd level. So it's just stats for now. HP Dread. Can I level this thing? Feature. That's 15% of my stress damage, of my Dread. Is it rounding right now? So I guess what's 15% of 19? Can't do that in my head without thinking about it for a second. So 2.85. So it is rounding. It's rounding up already. We're not going to gain value from leveling that stat up yet. How much damage a character could take before being destroyed? So HP, accuracy. What is my current accuracy? 97. Seems like accuracy is going to have some value. Are any of these abilities generating accuracy? Initiative, luck, damage, dread. Accuracy down here. On this ability, which I kind of liked. We buff accuracy with this. Okay. How did the ult work? Sorry, chat, it's gonna take me a while as I figure out these characters. Instantly destroys an enemy that has less than 20. So we deal stress damage. So stress damage directly impacts how high of an health point enemy we can kill, or stress point enemy we can kill. Receive a buff restoring 10% vigor until end of combat. So max HP is relevant here as well. We have 2 stat points each level. Okay. Can we assign it to the same location, or does it have to be different locations? Different locations. Why does vigor prevent luck? Oh, because it says cost. Wait. But if costs were 3 and I only had 2. Oh, I see. This is future cost. Okay. No confirmation on those. So once you've done it, you've done it. Yeah. Alright. Abomination level up done. Let's take a look at the Reaper level up. I want physical damage on the Reaper. Can't take vigor. Restrictions on the max of these. Max 10, max 3, max 5. Yeah. Wait, was the bonus different on the Abomination? Yeah, he only gets 5 vigor per level up. Weird. Okay. So we want attack because this thing steals life when it kills things, so getting killing shots seems very relevant. I'd like to get armor. Can I save stat points? Like if I want to level up, for example, armor, do I just wait? Like initiative is gonna be good on the Reaper. Depends how much enemy initiative scales. Yeah, we'll mess with. I guess I didn't really want to commit my blue bones to something quite yet until I see how good characters are. I didn't really want to commit them. Maybe we could look at it, I guess, since we're kind of trying to test through this. How do I do this? How do I even see what the stats are on this? Additional stat point 6. Oh, that's what they do now. So I just will get 6 points here. Okay. That makes sense. That's a good way to do it. I like that. It's a good solution. Our character with armor is dealt physical damage. Okay, this is armor. We have 0 armor right now. A number of wards. 10 for that. I mean, presumably armor is going to be extremely valuable in this guy. So, alright, sure. We'll throw in fancy bones. Okay. We'll take armor. And we're going to take another attack upgrade, I think. Okay. Take a look at our Unfrozen. I still don't really know what the fuck he does. I mean, I'd used his abilities, but he seemed to be like a back rank damage dealer. with some healing. This is fine. A little bit low accuracy. Alright, he does damage if he's faster than them, so initiative has some value on him. Does it give me... I guess we need to start checking tooltips if it tells me that or not. Ooh, leveling initiative on this guy is kind of whatever. I don't really know if I care about that. It's not a lot of damage either. And we're talking 1.5 damage per initiative point. Wait, what's level up do? +2. Alright, so maybe initiative is nearly as valuable as attack and it's cheaper. Fine. You want max HP? We're gonna need that presumably. Maybe 1 point of accuracy right now as well. I don't like fucking low accuracy. I want my characters to do what they say they're gonna do. Alright, and then our zombie. What is our zombie doing? Zombie can't level attack apparently. Doesn't have the stats for it. His accuracy was pretty bad. He rolls a lot. Roll 1 accuracy, I guess. And we'll save the... Oh, that was 2 points. I was gonna say we'll save the points for the attack. Okay. Alright, let's go do more missions to see more things. And see if my mother can text me a little bit less in my lifetime. Yeah. Should zombie get green weapons? Do I have green weapons? I mean green weapons. So why does it show me as having a thing to promote still? Oh, you mean this? Nah, we're not gonna do that yet. Weapon is actually what it's called. Okay. I thought there was actually an item upgrade for a minute. Alright, let's do more missions and see where it gets us. Like Digger Souls seems fine. Choose a battle squad. Bet. That's what we're checking right now. Heavy risk. Okay. Alright, I guess I'm... Oh, shit. I didn't actually want to do that. I wanted to change some guys around. But sure, I guess we're going into this with the same group. Alright. I think that was a trap, but I don't actually know. Oh, there is a trap there now. And I didn't fix their positioning. I actually want this guy in position 2 so I can cast the buff on round 1. Alright, so what are we dealing with? We're dealing with this guy. Has physical blocks. So this is probably the easiest target to remove. Okay. Can slice position 3? I cannot. Guy has 0 armor, just more health. But no blocks. Alright, we're gonna go after him. Wait, what is absorb armor and why don't I get to know what it does beforehand? Information is not a thing. Effects don't do anything. Absorb armor. He doesn't have any armor on the armor stats. He took my armor maybe? I don't know what the fuck just happened there. What that absorb armor meant. I did no damage to him though. It's kind of weird since it shows him as having 0 armor, and I supposedly do 8 damage 3 times. He has 14 armor. Where do I see that then? Oh, I'm looking at the wrong stat. Oh, I see. Okay, thanks. Yep, that's just me being bad. Fun. All right, it's probably pretty important. I mean, maybe relatively shit. So magic damage, a good way to kill him. Although that's going to take forever. We have this trap we want to get rid of. Well, that seems like a lot for a turn. I want to move forward so I can buff. A little bit unfortunate. You can only hit 1-2 again with this? Yeah, so I've either got to attack this guy. Yeah, we definitely just don't want to be in these positions. I can just move them, right? Alright. Move right is 3. This guy has 1 billion armor, so we want to do magic damage to him. This is physical resists. I guess we're just going to do magic damage to everybody. Yeah. We go first in the next round. Alright, let's get the buff up. Enemies resist buffs. 100% for its next attack. Is there a reason to do that? I guess armor would make that something. Those aren't nipple clamps, those are nipple rings. Bit different. Alright. No traps on our side. We have a physical attack. We're trying to kill this guy. Being aware that he has a shit ton. This ignores block. Is block armor? No. Block is ignore damage. Okay. That'd be a good one. Yeah. Alright, did they move us? What just happened there? They're focusing the shit out of this guy. Oh, we have our Wrath ability open. For each 1% vigor and sanity the target is missing, inflict physical damage. Maximum physical damage for 100% vigor and 100% sanity is 800%. So it's 400% from either, assuming they're equally represented. So this is then no missing sanity essentially and 3/4 missing health, so it would do 300% damage. So 300% damage is still enough. It should kill. Do we only heal? I think we heal off all these. Does it tell me the damage numbers if I hover? Okay, that should happen. That would be nice to have a tooltip actually showing us shit. So do we believe this will kill it? The guy's at 30. And he has 14 physical armor. It's a single attack. Yeah, we should be doing at least 30. We'll be doing at least 36 or something, right? Alright, so we're gonna Scythe of Death him and see if it works.
Good. Yeah. More materials. I didn't think it would be this easy.
Alright, we're buffed up here, I believe. Maybe not. I guess I didn't buff. Alright, am I willing to do random physical damage to this team? None of them have armor. Guy has block, but random physical damage, small amount seems fine for that. Yeah. Alright, so we're gonna bombard. Okay. I guess I have to eat the trap. Do I get to know what this trap does? Like, is it worth an action disarming a trap if I don't know what the fucking trap does? Where do I get information about their attacks? That's the other important part of this game, right? Is knowing if I know what my opponents do. Bestiary. When does the trap trigger? On my turn? What does the trap do? Right click who? The guy? He doesn't tell me fucking shit. Oh, that's new. No, that's the effect he has on him. Enemy tokens. Well, what am I clicking on here to get information about this? There's nothing happening here when I right click on him. It doesn't show me any of his abilities. And if I left click, it tries to attack it. That would be nice to know. Effect on the A-bomb. No effects here. I've got a stats, abilities, and information. There's an effect tab there. Can't be clicked. Yeah. Alright. I don't mind damage buffing this thing, I guess. Or damage, making it take more damage anyways. A mist. Intimidating roar. Do we know what this does? We have slice. We can break that shield with slice. Seems fine. I hit him 3 times. 2 of them were absorbed. Alright, what's the health point here? 34. 20... But that's 34, and he takes 30% extra damage. So we're doing... What's a third of 26? 8 and a bit? 8 and a third? 8 and 2/3? So... We get another 8 out of this. We can do up to a minimum of 34. Okay, so we kill him. Give me your health. Okay. Oh, and then I take trap damage because we moved, apparently. But I don't know that the trap does that because I have nothing that tells me anything about traps because this information's hidden from the player for no reason whatsoever. Thanks. Yeah. Get the info after. I will unlock the info after time. That's okay, I guess. As long as I get it eventually. Alright, so not excited about that. I guess we're going to redirect damage to it. Alright, I'm happy to do more zombie bombardment. Alright, do we want to heal this guy? He's already stunned, right? Can I do that? Can I now throw a heal on him as well? Does it make a second turn of stun or still just a first turn? Okay. So... Yeah, work with me here. So he was stunned already from an enemy effect. He was then shielded by the abomination, which redirects the attacks meant for him to the abomination. This ability is supposed to apply a heal to them, which stays until the minion takes damage. He didn't take damage, the attack got redirected, but it still removed the heal. It was an AoE? Okay, that would make more sense if it was an AoE. I didn't see it was an AoE. Okay, thanks. That's what I wanted. I wanted to know why I didn't get my heal. I'm gonna try that again. Alright, guys at 25 has no armor. It's fine. Presumably the trap expired. They just stunned him. Who goes next? Their guy does. Anything I can do? I might be able to shield, and then they'll wake him up. Maybe. If they don't wake him up, I'm gonna be pretty pissed. Did AoE'd us. Alright, kill this. Alright, are there stalling penalties in this game? Just crit me and stun me again. I guess all crits are stuns. Heal me. Yeah.
A predictable outcome.
Glass dagger, which I don't want. Okay. Alright, graveyard effect, generating more experience. Hit level 3 on all of these guys. We need to split the teams up now. I mean, I guess this is just a buff for now. Does it cost me anything to remove things? No. Alright. I have a skill point because it's level 3. We have stat points. 2 stat points on Zombie Man. I don't think he's running with the abomination anymore. I might take one more round of accuracy. Doesn't seem to do a lot. He just slowly softens the targets up, which is okay. Alright, we'll grab accuracy again, I guess. He's got a skill point too. What do we want here? Magical damage deals more damage. Or it ignores ward. Deals 8 to 10 damage to the enemies in chosen position. I haven't used that yet. It's a frontline ability. Ignition. Also a frontline ability. Gains extra accuracy, or it gains 50% of its damage for the next attack. And stack. And gives me a defensive thing. What's bombardment? The one I've been using. I can buff it so I get luck, which is crit, I guess. Start of its next turn, the zombie attacks 4 times, dealing 75% damage as opposed to 60%, and makes it magical. Or, start of its next turn, the zombie attacks 4 times, dealing 75%. Yeah, we're gonna go with that. And this is accuracy again? Okay.
I expect results.
Okay. Take a look at our unfrozen. 2 again. Guess we're just upping initiative. Alright, what have we been using on the unfrozen? Kind of a whole mix of things. Freeze target minion for 3 turns. Or freeze it for 2 turns and it recovers more vigor. I mean, so far we've never actually been able to recover HP on a unit, so this ability so far has been stun the unfrozen to prevent the next source of damage on one guy. For a target trap. Target the position containing unfrozen. The enemy who placed the trap takes 50 damage. That's kind of nice. Or target the position buffs any minion that was in the trap. Also kind of nice. That's kind of cool. Both those are kind of cool. This has dread and damage on it. This has accuracy on it. All of Winter. This target receives 30% more damage from all sources for 2. I use this a lot. So you can make it deal... Makes the Vone better, or... Makes the Vone... Removes buffs as well. Are buffs stances, chat? Or are stances and buffs separate? Or different? I mean, I guess it moves it, so it's gonna move it anyways. Okay. Ice Spear we haven't used much of. The nuke. Has armor on it though, which is kind of nice. Oh, there's magic armor on that too. Penetrating Spear. Target loses 24 armor for 4 turns is fucking incredible. Or interrupts block, interrupts stances. Ignores block, interrupts stances. We already have a way to interrupt stances, although that's nice too. I guess it depends how many times I'm forced to react and how often I can set up my own things. What does this one do? Ice Wave. Long I'm not in position 4 by AoE. And set up future damage to be higher if we're doing this initiative build. Makes the AoE 3 as opposed to 2, or makes the damage higher. It's cool to know what those are worth right now. I'm really tempted to take either the trap thing to get some benefit. I really hate spending my turn to remove a trap, although I don't necessarily have to remove the traps. I don't know what they do yet, so it's kind of tough to make that decision.
Am I in the mood for terror or lethality today?
I turn those off. Interrupt blocks, ignore interrupt stances. That seems interesting to me, but I really like the Vone. This makes them their armor squishy, which seems really good. And then what was the other one? This one was the Vone. Has magic armor. Dude, Vone was my favorite thing though. What's my HP total? 70. I'm gonna take this. I'm gonna take upgraded Winter's Grasp. Alright. I have no idea if that what this is worth for us yet, but we'll figure it out. Alright, the Abomination leveled up again. Gets an ability upgrade. What is the upgrade to Battle Thumping? More of a buff. Nice. And ignores ward, which is nice. Alright, it ignores ward. Or... Wait, what? Oh, it changes... if we get a bigger buff or they get a bigger debuff. Isn't that equal? Does it matter? All right, what are the other stats? Accuracy or initiative? I'm just going to take initiative.
My enemies are in for a nasty surprise.
Yeah. Losing evasion on enemies seems more valuable. Maybe. I don't know if stats can go negative. All right, what else we have? We have 2 points here. I want more dread damage. I want to get this to the next tier, which I think is 1 more point. There we go. Okay. And then finally, the Reaper. Alright, so this is doing 100% damage right now. Thor's Wrath equal to half the damage dealt is kind of interesting. Thor's mana equal to 25% dealt. I want to be using that ability, I think. Spectral Wave has +1 attack on it right there. This had accuracy, and we raised accuracy already, which is kind of frustrating. I should have looked at what these stats were, I guess. That's what I'm saying. I don't think stats should be related to abilities at all, but whatever. What does this one do? Oh. This can literally cause insanity on a single attack. Alright, I'm going to take one of these. Which one, though? Do we want Wrath Restore? I think I want Wrath Restore. Alright.
Serve me well, my minion.
And we have 2 stats. Anything else we want to take here? Initiative boost, possibly. Could save up and get more damage. HP and damage seem really relevant on this character. I'm just going to save those stats for now. Okay, we want to do a couple things. I want to move that guy to the front. I want to move the Abomination into a squad that does some sort of damage that's not physical. Maybe like this. Although I think Bride was a damage dealer. Am I going to bring another team? Maybe. Alright, what's next on the graveyard? We're here. We're going to go to the grave and get dormant minions. We'll send this squad is fine. Oh, potion making. Be in a minute. Do we want another Abomination? No, we want one of these. We don't have one of these. Take this. Yeah. Potion making. How many of these do I have? I have 47 Digger Souls. We're going to build these. What does it require? It requires a Wraith. I don't have a Wraith yet. Can I build a Wraith? Negative. Alright, well, let's see what else is available here. Creation, talents, potion making. Talents are at 3. And let's assign some talents. Better parts, Digger Souls. Extra brains for leveling seems really nice. Increase the amount of Wraith Wrath that gains in battle. What else do we want? We could try to do some more spell casting. Target minion moves 2 positions forward and receives plus accuracy. All minions plus initiative. Their mana restore. Minions receive extra dread. Minions extra attack. Does this mean I'm going to be doing either... Start of his turn, a minion gains +2 initiative for 2 turns if Iratus has at least 25 wrath. That's kind of nice. And destruction.